We are live. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to HOGARTH'S Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. If you are wondering where I am,
You'll never guess.
Well, I'm actually in Newport in Wales, and I've just come back from a night in Cardiff, and I am competing in a tennis tournament, and we have reached the finals, the semi-finals and the finals. So our team is guaranteed to be in the final, but we have to play each other tomorrow morning. Can you imagine? 8 a.m. UK time. So the second I'm done with this show, I am straight off. So I'm in my hotel room, and of course, I did it right this time. So Lady G is over here to
wrong.
my side. We've got Lena down under, and of course we've got Sheila Celtic Tarot. But Lady G, before we kick off the show, could you tell us about some of the rather interesting paraphernalia that you are wearing?
It's fantastic.
Well, these are ones that I made. These are transfers that you can put on t-shirts. And so if you're interested in any of them, contact me. But this one says, I did not vote for Kremlin West, and you got the White House overshadowed by the Kremlin. And then I have this one that I stand for freedom, I stand with Ukraine. And then the other two just showed up. I didn't have time to put them on a shirt yet. But one of them, Lady Liberty, we will not go back.
Oh,
and then
so good.
Yeah, and then the other one where Trumpenstein is down here saying, I will abolish woke, and he's worshiping the golden calf. And then we have Yeshua ben Joseph, Buddha and Guan Yin, and it says, love is the answer, compassion the key. So those are the ones that I have made. And when this comes off, that writing will be brighter. It's actually turquoise, but you can't see it because it's still got the covering over it.
They're all brilliant.
Yeah, fabulous. And it's kind of remarkable, isn't it? The times that we're in, folks, you know, as we've been saying on this channel, but my God, historic times. And one of the things I saw with with Duck L'Orange at Mar-a-Lago, they literally had the goat. Did you see the goat that was covered in dollar bills? This goat sculpture covered in dollar bills with Trump's face on it. And it had golden horns and a golden tail and golden hooves in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, honestly, because everything is so extraordinary, so over the top. This kind of stuff would be global news in any normal year. But because we just live in absurd times, Trump literally worshipping a golden goat in Mar-a-Lago with some titty girl standing next to it, you know, smiling, you know, like that, looking like a hostage. But, you know, anyway, such is life. So, ladies, are we ready to start the show? Everyone is filling in. And we've got an important announcement at the end of the show. The ladies knows what it is, but please remind me, ladies, in case I forget about stuff. We had a little chat backstage. All right, so I've got the questions this time because I don't have my printer nearby, so bear with me. I'm reading the questions off the internet fresh. So let's see. Let's have a look. Wait a minute. Am I reading? I wonder if it's, do you know what? I'm reading. This looks like the old comments. 1 minute. What's going on here?
Oh dear.
This looks like it looks like comments from last week. One minute. Un momento, per favore, people.
While you're doing that, people are saying, Lady G, they're really keen on those images. So are they going to be on T-shirts?
No, I'm just going to send them the transfer and they can put it on their own T-shirt. It's very easy to do.
Oh, brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's easier to ship it. And then I'm trying to buy T-shirts for people. You don't know what style they want or anything. So,
and it's a whole palaver in itself. That is genius.
Exactly. So if you like the transfers, it's $15. And that includes the shipping in the U.S., in the continental U.S.
That's very reasonable. What a great idea. Good on you.
Great idea. All right, so I'm back with everything. There was some
Yeah.
in the mystery glitch where it was showing me the old questions from last week. So let's dive in with you know what? They've not been spoken about for a while, and I think we should open the show with this. So because they've been kind of forgotten, and you're like, wait a minute, of course they're still there. So this is coming from Cutie Pie. Says, question, what's really happening with the stranded NASA astronauts? What's their mental state? Will Muskie rescue them? So, you know, they were supposed to be brought back in.
But this has all been talked about on the news, and the astronauts themselves have communicated, and it's all fine. It's nothing to do with Musk. They've been brought up to date with every decision that's been made on their behalf. They're fine mentally, and they're waiting. There's a whole sequence of things that will happen, and it's a non-issue.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that. Thanks so much. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Very forthright, very clear there. Love that. All right, so let's take a look at, I'm so used to looking analog, you know, I'm not used to scrolling. I'm all there with my colored pens and my usual bits and bobs. Let's see. Do you know what? Here we go. Let's see this one. So this is coming from Cheryl. She says, love and light to you and your saucy ladies, she says. Will Jack Smith prosecute Dump? She said his real name in brackets in The Hague. So will Jack Smith at some point...
That's juicy.
That's a juicy one, isn't it? Prosecute Donald Trump at The Hague. Good one. Let's have a look.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Oh, and Sharon Sipe, just so you know, Sharon Sipe, you are also a moderator now as well. And what I'll have to do is I always keep forgetting it, but in future as well, when it comes to comments and stuff, I forget there's a setting in YouTube where you can have subscribers only that comment. Do you know what I mean? After a certain time. So I could do that as well to stop, you know, if we get any more of the nut bags on, you know, saying, you know, this is the devil and, you know, all of that usual rubbish.
I do that and I only make it like 5 minutes, and that usually takes care of all of that, like 4 or 5 minutes. And also I slow the chat down to like maybe 2 or 3 seconds per chat. And that's something I also do to help people read the chat better. So these are some suggestions. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All that.
Thank you. Thank you. When you say you only do it, what, for 5 minutes? What do you mean? Like, what does that mean? Like,
so what happens is if anybody wants to comment, once they pop on, they have to become a subscriber and they have to wait the 5 minutes before they can chat. So it helps a lot. The bots just don't play around with that kind of time. And also somebody who wants to be nasty, they usually don't wait the time. And it's also easier to go find out who that is when they do that. So that also helps. But that's my detective work. I'll teach you that later.
Thank you. Great tip. Great tip.
Okay, I can go if you want, Hoagie.
Go for it, Lena. Go for it.
All right. Great question. First card out, the world. I love that. Meaning, you know, if the US can't handle him, the processes are not up to his crimes, go global. Loving that. Jack Smith at the moment, as we sit here, is out in the cold for all the obvious reasons. But he is processing because he then gets the King of Cups, which has been my Biden card until now. So it's like, I think they had a conversation. I think Jack Smith and Biden had a conversation going, can't do anything now, but, and who turns up but Russia? And so if it goes ahead in The Hague, it will be from that angle. Okay, and 2 more cards from the other deck. I love this. Rescue revived, because we're looking at a few years ahead and he's out in the cold, and the rescuing of America in that way, symbolically revived. Love it. And then the sun.
All right. Who's ready to go next? Sheila, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. I kind of piggyback off of what Lena just said, because I got the King of Swords, which is in my deck, the power and the discipline. So I'm thinking, and then the power and the discipline against the Knight of Pentacles. So those were together on the aspect. But I also got the Five of Swords, which is the disagreement and conflict with the Queen of Pentacles. And I think what came around, because I also got the Queen of Cups in that whole reading, is that he knows what happened. I am fully on board with Donald Trump and Elon Musk stealing the election. I'm sorry if that, but I have watched and all of that stuff, and I have a feeling that he knows, because I get the discipline, the conflict in the Queen of Pentacles in the election. I also get the Queen of Cups with that, but I also have the Five of Cups, the discipline and loss in that. So if I think that he is going to go out, I don't know if he's going to be able to go after him, hold him accountable, but he is definitely going after the evidence of what happened to our elections, because we get the Devil and the Lovers. Relationship between the guy who just did that. So that's what my cards had to say, and I think it kind of sounded like what Lena's also said. But
Wow. Okay.
I'm pleased, because I wasn't sure it was going to happen anywhere.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, when it comes to Trumpenstein, he who would be king, he wants to move this forward because of the theft, all of the things that they're doing. They would like to prosecute, working on it. They're working on this harvest to potentially make it happen. The challenge is the burden and some push and pull with this. Potential outcome, they're building the case against, guess who? Our little friend, the devil, and use of power and wanting to bring justice. So it looks like behind the scenes, they're working on things.
Wow. Fascinating. I'm going to read out, I'm going to say some thank yous, and my cards are interesting as well. So I just want to say, I mean, straight out the gate here. So I want to say thank you, Dr. Liz. Much appreciated. Oh my gosh, Mariana Evans.
Mariana, very generous.
Thank you so much. Very, very generous of you. Thank you so much. And Tobiah, thank you so much for your donation as well. And I've got some comments here as well before I go to my cards, which I think are worth reading out. So Anna Hutchins says, yes, but I can't enter contests you people run in the beginning. I'm retired and I can't afford to join all of your channels. So when we say subscribe, it's free.
It's free.
It's free. Subscription. I remember one person a few weeks ago said subscription sounds like you have to pay for something, and they do have a fair point. All subscription is that you're clicking on the channel saying, I subscribe to this content. So whenever we release videos and stuff, you're notified. You're notified basically immediately, so you don't miss anything, and you press the bell notification and that flags it up for you. So don't worry, when we say please like and subscribe, it's free. Things like memberships and stuff are different, aren't they? That's people can pay for like extra content. But Sheila, were you going to say something to add to that?
I can just say, and also on YouTube, you can have as many subscriptions to any channel, as many as you want for free.
Yeah.
So you know,
exactly. So you're not subscribing to one person means you can't subscribe to someone else. You just click however you like. It's free TV basically. It's paid by advertising, and that's the beauty of YouTube. And let's hope it remains that way.
Long may it remain.
Tentacles get in there. So what else did here as well? Someone says MLR. I see lots of Ukrainian media is focusing on Trump being a potential Russian asset. I hope they call him out. He really is. I can't even use, guess what? When I used his code name, the KGB code name, they almost demonetized my video for using his code name. So anyway, it begins with a K, folks, and it's in off. And then Raymond is saying Doge is going through a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? I sent that to Hogarth. Just if you missed that reference, Elon Musk, when the rocket blew up, said, "Oh, it didn't explode. It was a rapid, unscheduled disassemblage."
I mean,
it blows your brain.
It's ridiculous.
It blows your brain.
Absolutely ridiculous. And one last one here. Tart and Spice, if Medicaid is gone, I have a few reasons to stay in Massachusetts and was contemplating returning to my home state, but in the urban area since I don't drive now. So yeah, so that's something we should look at as well. In terms of the cards that I got, which was about the Hague, wasn't it? And Jack Smith. It's actually quite clear. So if we look here, so who's this all about? Yeah, the would-be emperor. This for me is, you know, Duck Orange, his warped sense of importance. He literally sees himself as the emperor. But this card can also talk about Putinshka as well, because we know Putinshka often turns up as the emperor or the empress. Either Putin is valid, yeah. Like I said, he's always had his soft spot for Catherine the Great, and that ain't a joke. It really is. So this is, I think this is talking about Trump's fantasy of himself, but really, you know, the emperor in terms of the Tsar, of course, is Putinshka, as we know. So it's already showing, for me, a bit of Putin energy is already coming through, as well as Trump. But the second card is very interesting. I get the Queen of Cups as well, like Sheila did. And we know the Queen of Cups deals with intuition, creativity. But the important thing is that she has secrets here. So it means there probably are contingency plans, things on the down low that are just not out in the public. Because, of course, for as long as Trump is president, he is protected by the office. Yeah. So there has to be a series of events that take place where he is no longer the president, either because he's impeached or, you know, he exits stage left or what have you. If we look here in the middle card, now we've got the King of Wands. Now, sometimes I associate this card with Elon as well, because it's a card of entrepreneurship. We all know that he's, you know, a business person, even though he's a giant welfare queen. In fact, maybe that should be added to the tarot deck, shouldn't it? Welfare queen.
Welfare queen. The fifth queen.
The fifth queen. So I think there is an element there where they could be looking at things like that. There was obviously collusion. We know that, gerrymandering, and we've just not been able to get that explicit in your face stuff, but we all know something wasn't right. So here, Jack Smith, I think what this means is it could be when Trump...
got that as well.
Oh, right. Oh, what I was looking through the comments, so I missed that little bit there. But here, this is very interesting because, look, it comes next to the card I'm calling Elon. Now, we know what? The Tesla price is starting to tank. His wealth and well-being is based on that Tesla price. He's borrowed money against that. And there could be, and also I've looked at his chart, and there could be a case where he may lose a lot of money, where he may not be the richest man in the world anymore if he keeps tanking. And if we look here, the outcome card is, look, the Two of Cups, a pairing, a partnership. So when I put this together, I think this is talking about Duck L'Orange and Elon, the secret plans that they've made, but also Jack Smith and other authorities knowing stuff, but maybe not necessarily saying it. They might be waiting till both men are severely weakened, either by health or finances, economy, you know, it's not going well. And they're going to be examining their relationship, but also as well, Trump's relationships in general. With who? Yeah, a certain emperor. So when you put it all together, I'm seeing Elon in there, I'm seeing Putinshka in there, and it's probably on the quiet now because, of course, Trump has immunity for as long as he's president. Anything to add to that, ladies?
No.
No.
All right, let's move on. Let's say a quick thank you here. Thank you so much.
California Capybara.
Thank you, and Kathleen here as well. Oh, I don't know what was there, something there about execution. Right, let's move on to the next question as I scroll through my phone. So thanks for that. That was a good one, wasn't it, with the Hague? I put a love heart next to it, so I know I've read it. Shall I fill the gap of needed intelligence? Oh, this is interesting. All right, let's look at this. So Sally Ann says, "Hi, Hogarth and ladies. Now that Trump has stopped intel reaching Ukraine," this guy is so diabolical. Reaching Ukraine, leaving them in clear and present danger. What can be done, as it is said Europe cannot fill this gap of needed intelligence? How can this situation be righted? And they say, question 2, do you see European countries putting boots on the ground? Putting boots on the ground to support Ukraine? And if yes, will Trump send USA men to aid Putin in his fight? So there's a few questions in there. Ladies, which one do you feel like you want to go for most? One is
intelligence.
How does that affect Ukraine? The second one is, do we see Europeans putting boots on the ground in Ukraine? And the third is, will Trump send US men to aid Putin? Which one do you feel you most want to read on? Or we could do one card pulls. How about that?
Oh, yeah, for each of them.
Do some one card pulls. Let's do some one card pulls. So let's do the first one card pull. How the lack of sharing intelligence with Ukraine, how is that affecting them? And then we move on to the next. Love the one card pulls, actually. Always forget about them.
Miss Lily.
Miss Lily.
Bad girl.
Intelligence. Are we ready? Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Let's have a look. Oh, looks like you guys have too.
Intriguing. So, Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Rulership handover. So because the US has withdrawn from that, Europe is scrambling, obviously. Even if they can't plug it up right now, there'll be, I think, much more sharing amongst Europe to try and cobble it together. But this is part of Trump losing power as the leader of the free world.
Wow, incredible. Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
Well, mine's pretty positive. It says pleasure and satisfaction. So I'm asking the universe, what does this have to correlate with them getting the intelligence or not? It's almost like they were getting the intelligence, but it also promotes unity with everybody else. Step in the right direction to unify Europe and everybody else behind Ukraine.
Yes.
So it was like a loss, but a gain.
Yes, love that.
Okay.
Fascinating. Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, my card is the 8 of Cups, which is distancing from something, walking away. But I've done readings on this before, and Trumpenstein is telling England, etc., that you cannot give any information to Ukraine. And I'm sure that they are going to give him the one finger salute.
Yeah. Well, my card here, I think is pretty straightforward. Yeah. I'm going to take the literal interpretation on this one. Intelligence sharing, especially with the US and certain sensitive stuff, it's already been agreed. It's dead. Yeah. But it's not just dead. Yeah. That's me being a bit simplistic with this card. The death card obviously talks about transformation and change that cannot be avoided. Trump and his regime have crossed the Rubicon.
Yeah.
And the way they treated Zelensky, it doesn't matter. Some people will still argue the BS. Well, he was being strong. No.
No.
That was a historic moment.
Totally.
we will look back at these times and go, that was when the Rubicon was crossed and there was no going.
Yep.
And this is what this is showing. It has been said that already, at least in UK papers, I don't know about US, but it's already been decided that top intelligence will no longer be shared with America. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Five Eyes, all of that stuff. They're like, no. So it's this irreversible transformation and change that really has been imposed upon the whole world. But Europe's got no choice to try and except to try and step up. But everything is changed. Death card. Wow. All right. Shall we do another one card, Paul? I love a bit of one card.
Yes. What was the next bit?
So the next bit was question 2. Do you see European countries putting boots on the ground to support Ukraine? So could we see European troops on the ground? Very pertinent. The European troops on the ground.
European troops on the ground.
Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We have 2,492 of you with us.
Wow, guys.
Already. All right. Well, let Lena, she's having a little rummage. I'm loving the details, by the way. Loving the little pixie, the little plats. All right. After 3. 1, 2, 3.
What have I got? Oh.
All right. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Okay. Page of Pentacles. I think they're standing by their values, UK. And Keir Starmer has come out of a coma. He stepped up with this issue. So I think it's the beginning of the communication about that. It would probably represent not so much troops fighting as being part of a peacekeeping force after a ceasefire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is quite a peaceful card.
Quite a peaceful card. Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I got the Knight of Cups, which in this deck is romance and seduction.
Ooh.
They are very intrigued and ready and willing. It's almost watching the horses right before they open up the gate on back. They're just stomping their feet. They're like, "Come on, well, let's do it." And they have the willingness to go. So I kind of tapped into, will they? I don't know, but they are getting ready.
Yeah.
To do that.
Wow.
That's what I tapped into.
Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I got the Sun, so they're going to go for the highest good that they can do in this situation.
Yeah, yeah. And here with my card, I've got the 5 of Swords. Yeah, the 5 of Swords. Something has snapped. Yeah, something has snapped.
Yeah.
For over 80 years since the Second World War, Germany has not been allowed to have an army. Yeah, because they were worried that there'd be this abuse of power. But now I think the whole world has looked at that Oval Office scenario and they've gone, this is an abuse of power too far.
Yeah.
And I think when we put in the context, I think basically Europe collectively has decided we are basically have to be the leaders of the free world. And they are prepared. I think they are prepared to use force. I think Ursula von der Leyen confirmed that Europe will be spending 800 billion euro now on defense. Yeah. So you're not going to spend that much money if you don't intend to use it. So I think it's charm first, kind of like what you were getting, Sheila, and the seduction and the little moves. But I think they're prepared to back it up. So Putin needs to watch out because you can't beat France and the UK when it comes to, Ukraine is one thing, but really, France, UK on your doorstep?
Don't we have, is it Portugal? No. Which one is assembling their army? We just got an announcement that they told all of their men they have to go into the military. Which was it Portugal?
Yes.
Probably remember what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if someone could in the comments. Yes.
Really?
Poland.
Yeah.
It was Poland.
Poland. Yeah, they're like all available men will join the army now, and they are getting them all prepared.
Wow.
So we do have that reduction in that.
Yeah. Like they've reintroduced conscription in Poland.
That is major. I didn't know. I've been playing tennis. That is major. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, shall we go to the final part of the question and then move on? All right.
Yes,
So last
what
one,
was-
card pull. So if yes to Europe, which is looking like possible, grounds to support Ukraine. If yes, will Trump send USA men, USA soldiers to aid Putin's fight? So if European soldiers are there, the question is, would Trump, I almost called him Pump, would Pump go as far to even consider putting US troops in there to defend Putinska? My God. I mean, that would just be, oh God, I can't even find words to describe it. Trumpocalypse, basically.
Yeah.
It's the only word. All right, let's see. Would Trump do that? God. All right. After 3. Ready, Sheila? All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness.
What's this one?
What do you have, Lena?
New rules, laws, and policies.
Oh, you know, sometimes these one card reads, you know, they just spook me out. Oh my God. Sheila, your card.
I got the 2 of Wands. And in this deck, the 2 of Wands is that decision and achievement.
God.
It makes my heart break to think that he would send them to fight for him. It's almost like a decision, but an achievement. Somebody else comes up with a no.
Wow.
Lady G,
Lady G, your card.
Yeah, Knight of Wands. Going for the fight. He would do it if he could get away with it.
Yeah, I think surely.
Yeah, if he could get away with it, he would send them.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? When you think, like, and we do these readings, we do these one card pulls, and you think, oh, that's a reasonably benign question. That can't be.
And you get this earth-shattering card.
Oh my God. Well, look at this. Look, he gets the magician.
Yeah.
The magician will stop at nothing. The magician will use every tool on the table. It really is. It's one of the most ambitious cards. I mean, if you've got a plan and you're trying to make a plan for success and you get the magician as an outcome card, you know, that's very positive. But if you've got a cunning plan of manipulation and stuff like that and the magician comes up, it means he will literally use anything within his power to do so. So the answer is yes.
He would do it.
He would do it.
It's like he's now a cornered beast. You know, so nothing's off the table in his.
Yeah.
So Trump will send them. Can we do a counter card pull to see if the military the higher ups would actually follow through with it, or would they hold him?
Surely not.
That's a good one. Yeah, let's try that.
Because we know Trump is compromised, but is our military that compromised? Because
let's see. Yeah, let's ask. Would they do it?
Honest question, right?
Yeah. Oh God, I hope it's a resounding no. If it's a resounding yes, we should just go drown ourselves right now. Oh my God. See, these one card pulls, they can be really quite shocking sometimes. You don't expect that.
But we knew that. Well, yeah, I mean, we knew that Trump would. I mean, he's going to trying to sell the United States to the highest bidder at this point. But if our
all right. So after 3, when you're ready, God, let's hope they're all no's. Oh, anyway, let's see. All right, after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right, now I'm not familiar. What's this? Oh, uprising and rebellion.
Oh,
yes. Oh. Lena, I love you.
Oh, and you've got the sun, lady. And you've got justice. Oh, thank God. What have you got,
clarity,
Hoagie?
and truth.
Oh.
Thank God. And my card here is that maybe the military is already cooking up a secret contingency plan that Duck L'Orange doesn't know about, because they know they've got a nut bag in chief. Oh, bless you, Sheila. Oh, I know, because it's very intense, isn't it?
My God.
Woo. So if he gave the order, oh, Sheila's having a moment there, because if he gives the order, it looks like the military wouldn't do it. That's what we hope, based on that. And it was diametrically different, wasn't it, to the cards we got from Trump?
Yes.
So Trump would do it because he's an absolute nut bag.
Yeah, he thinks the military is his.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll do his bidding.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, it's all a bit emotional.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. These
bubbles up.
These are intense times. Yeah, these are intense.
How's your blood pressure out there, viewers?
I mean, those one card pulls, that was like, literally, I feel my face getting hot. I can't, that was high stakes stuff. Well, only here on HoGaLeSh, folks. You know, thanks so much for joining us each week as we go through this roller coaster together, isn't it? All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right. So we looked at the astronauts. What was this? Canadians just had a heads up next set. Oh yeah. Someone just reminding us that the clocks are changing, but I think we just skip it.
Yeah, everyone has to work that out for themselves.
Indeed. Oh, now this is interesting. What do you think about this? I don't know anything about it. Maybe, ladies, you can fill me in here. So MSG says, what was the deal of Governor Newsom's meeting with Charlie Kirk? Who's Charlie Kirk? Does anyone know who Charlie Kirk is?
Charlie Kirk is the guy who said after Trump won the election, we told you it is your body, my choice.
Oh.
It's that guy.
Wow. And they say, my gut is telling me something's up and it's not good. Your thoughts. So let's just read on that. That's random.
So Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, Governor. It says Governor Newsom, which is Gavin Newsom, isn't it? Meeting with Charlie Kirk. What's the deal? My gut is telling me something's up and it's not good. Wow. Let's see. Shall we do it as another one card pull while we're in the flow?
While we're on a roll.
While we're on a roll, let's just let rip, because the one carders have just been devastating tonight. I'm so
they're so intense.
Attack of the Vapors. Right. So what's the deal with Gavin Newsom meeting this Charlie Kirk guy? What is that all about? One card pull. All right, let's see. Charlie Kirk. I don't. All right. After three. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
These are intriguing. All right, Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I think with this King of Pentacles, for whatever reason, Gavin Newsom acknowledges him as having some degree of power. And so is making that connection, not because he agrees with him. And I think it's not even hopeful, like he's trying to change his mind or anything. I think it's a powerful man, and you talk with powerful men, I don't think it's...
Wow. Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
Ironically, when Lena said that you're not trying to convince him, I actually got the optimism in Sun.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I think Gavin Newsom sees a possibility of a shift in an idea and possibly getting him on the other side. Maybe he's like, I'm going to show you something.
Show him the light.
Let me sit you down. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let's get to some of this stuff. And I think maybe, just maybe, because I got the sun and the vitality and the optimism from. So
Excellent.
Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I have the Magician, so I think he wants to talk about Charlie Kirk's manipulations and things he's doing, and so maybe he wants to make some sort of a shift from this guy. Yeah.
Fascinating. And I think we should ask the Bard as well what he thinks of this Charlie Kirk, because
well, that'll be a ripper.
Yeah. And here, look, I've got the three of wands here, which of course is the merchant card. Wands is also talking about entrepreneurship, but I often refer to this card as the card of prospecting. So it's almost as if Gavin Newsom is kind of scoping the field. It's like he's putting the feelers out. What does this guy know? What is he connected with? How can that maybe and then combining that in with the ladies' cards, it's almost like he's wanting to understand the energy of this person and then maybe how to kind of transmute it into something else, because this is the card as well of talking about waiting for your ship to come in, but it's quite speculative. So like he's trying to establish, maybe he's recognizing the Kirk's base and how to kind of change the narrative there, bring them light, that sunlight, the Magician, your card, Lena, that's the sense that I get. That's the sense that I get. But shall we see what Charlie Kirk thinks? Shall we see what Charlie Kirk, while we're at it. So I think it's Sheila's turn actually this time. I think it was Lena last time.
I think it's Lena.
Yeah,
I do.
Who read last time? When was
me.
last?
I don't remember. I can do it.
I think it's Sheila. Sheila, I think it's you.
We'll go with
your turn.
3 sucks.
All right. So what we'll do? Okay, I'll close my eyes as usual. So you tell me where to stop, and then we'll get the bar from Charlie Kirk.
7. Stop.
Oh, look at this. I'm going to read both pages. You know how the bard listens in, folks, from the other side.
Totally.
You can't make this stuff up. Look at this. All right. It says on the first one, it's Henry the Sixth, Part 2. It said, "Hide not thy poison with such sugared words."
Ooh.
And then it says here on the next one from Macbeth, it said, "If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee." So obviously the stuff, basically the bard is like, watch your mouth, dude.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth. This stuff that you're saying is poison. You're trying to put it forward as sugar, but it is poison, and people are, he's got to watch out, because all of this your body, my choice BS. Nah, mate, you need to go.
And it's particularly obscene.
Yeah.
It's really,
It's trying to normalize
ugly sentiment.
Ugly, grotesque, no. And the bard is there. How interesting that is, to do with words and speech and his mouth. Wow. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. We'll do a full card pull on the next one coming up. We've just freestyled tonight, folks. As you know, HoGaLeSh, no two shows are the same, and we've got 3,000 people with us right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and all that jazz, of course. Let's see. This is one. Oh, now for the Brexiteers, this might be controversial. But so Manuela says, "Hello everybody, my question for today would be if the UK now will get back into the EU to make Europe stronger. Second question would be if the UK probably now might get some minerals from Ukraine instead of USA after this disaster." The office. So which of those do you think UK may be going back into the EU, or do you think the UK might actually end up getting a bit of a mineral deal with Ukraine?
Do both with the pool. We've been doing really good tonight.
You know what? Let's keep going. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep.
So
Let's keep in the vein. So first part is, will the UK get back into the EU? Now, Keir Starmer has said no freedom of movement. However, he was talking with the Irish Prime Minister today, working on a new trade deal. So let's have a look. Will UK get back into the EU, perhaps via the back door? Let's have a look. All right, after 3. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. What did you guys go?
Lena, how do you interpret your cards?
Wonderful. Now, the short interpretation of this in this question, I think, is the Zelensky thing that we've been talking about changed everything in relation to the UK was struggling post-Brexit and how much to trade with the EU and how, now it's a different ball game and it's a brand new day from that point of view than it would have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Astonishing,
isn't it? Astonishing. Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
I got the Magician, and in these cards, the Magician, we've all gotten the Magician tonight, I think. The Magician is action and creation. And literally, as everybody, we were all pulling the cards, the picture that I got was the chariot, and they're grabbing people they need and putting them in their chariot as they move forward. I have a feeling that they understand that they need to come together, and this is like the most time that they need to come together. They are hyper focused now, is what I'm trying to say. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, I have the King of Swords. So the ones in control, in power, are going to stand for truth. They're going to, not back down with any of this and go forward.
Wow.
Yeah. And Hoagie, you've got a galloping horse.
Yeah, here we are. This is so funny because in a way, this is kind of a sweet irony for me, especially as a Brit. Yeah. And I voted to remain, as everyone knows, and all of this stuff. And, because I wanted to be able to look my European friends in the face, do you know what I mean? If anything, Yeah. So here we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So we know this isn't a fast card, yeah? Mm-hmm. But it does deal with money. So this is the way I'm interpreting this. The UK economy ain't done so good since we left. I don't care what anyone says. The whole world knows it. We're all naked, Britannia's just down to her, underwear now.
Yeah, down to the knickers.
And their knickers and underwear, wondering what next to sell. Yeah. But, of course, Sir Keir can't be like, we're rushing back. This is a slowly creep back.
Moving back together.
Exactly, because the financial reality of what has happened has dawned on everyone. So he's not going to rush back, but it's going to be slowly.
Whoops, we're back.
Look, our economy's starting to do better. Oh, look at that. How strange. I wonder why. So the way I'm seeing this, in the next moves are already been made because of the Oval Office scenario. In many ways, that's made Sir Keir's life a bit easier. And I think this is why he's sprung to life. Yeah, because everyone's like, oh my God, the orangutan. But he knows he needs to do it gently. So he's going to do these different things. And as the economy improves, the willingness to return is more likely to be the case. Not the full Monty, but definitely there is a plan. There's a plan.
No, it won't be. It's what it is a face-saving situation without having to take another vote or struggle to get people back in. Just let it happen ever so slowly.
Yeah, bit by bit. Yeah, it's clever. Clever. So the second question, one card pull, would be if the UK would the UK perhaps now get some kind of mineral deal? Would Zelensky basically cut the UK a mineral deal for the protection? Yeah, because obviously Duck Larange is like, well, my boss says no. Yeah. Let's see. Is there a potential gain for the UK? Would they have peacekeeping troops there? So the UK could maybe get some minerals. Maybe Zelensky could offer that for protection. Oh, I'm loving these one card pulls. We may as well just keep going, folks. This could just be a one card pull show today.
Yeah.
The whole world has just gone bonkers. We can do crazy stuff as well.
Yes.
All right, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at this. Intriguing. All right, Lena, your card.
All right. So we've got the King of Pentacles here. So a lucrative business arrangement is there. And I'll say a bit more about it when we've finished our round here. But yes is the answer. Something.
Wow. Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
I got the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups in this deck is the sensitivity and the, meaning that they are literally going to offer Ukraine a more sensitive, more collaborative, more equal deal than what, of course, our ding dong tried to do to him. So I think that they are coming up with something more sensitive and a dreamer, like, yeah, we would like to have that. Let's try to figure this out, kind of a thing. So yeah, yes too.
Wow. Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, they're definitely talking about it, and the message is about an action.
Yeah, it's so clear. And as you know, look, I've got the Page of Cups as well. And as you know, everyone knows who watches me, I do refer to this card as Stinky Fish. But I think Sheila's got the more positive iteration. I think this would be Stinky Fish for who? Duck Larange and Putinska. If the UK were to have, or Europe, UK and Europe were to have some kind of deal with Ukraine to give troops to protect mineral resources, and they have a contract, they would be livid, because then the UK and Europe would have a legitimate reason to be there. They're like, well, we're protecting our interests. We have a deal. Zelensky went to the United States, and he was thrown out of the Kremlin office.
He was thrown out like a dog on the side of the road.
He was thrown out.
We heard that he also had to get out. He felt like he needed to get out of the country quickly because he didn't know how much danger he was really in.
They didn't even give the man a meal.
Yeah,
no.
He went north as quickly as he possibly could. Is what we heard. Yeah.
Wow.
Diabolical. But the little extra tidbit, which is not such a tidbit really, I think it's quite important. I didn't realize till this week, the EU, before the invasion, etc., already had been having talks with the Ukraine about special rare minerals. And they had, I didn't know. This was from 4 years ago, right? The war's been going on for 3. So ironically, it got shelved and now it's front row. So they had an MOU, a memorandum of understanding. So it wasn't fully signed, but it means there's been substantial discussions with Ukraine. Now Zelensky's back against the wall. Suddenly, I think Ukraine's realizing actually it's the minerals that can make or break any of these deals and alliances and stuff. So I think people who weren't thinking about it, including most Ukrainians until very recently, are suddenly going, wait, we have to really make the right decision here.
Wow. Thanks
Yeah.
for saving that to the end, Lena, because obviously we were reading we were all
Yeah, I didn't
novice
want
to
to
this.
color any of that.
We did not know at all. I didn't know that you were going to say that. I didn't even know they even had this thing.
No,
So the
I
fact
had
that
no
it
idea.
came up and that's how we interpreted it, we were like, well, it's kind of
Yeah, look at this.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Ukraine's way out, folks. Maybe that's their way out. They've already got a memorandum of understanding, as Lena informs us. That means so much of the negotiation has already been done. The rest is kind of like literally boots on the ground. And wow, maybe that is what emerges. And that would definitely.
I hope so. It could also be a club to hit Zelensky over the head. It might be the final sticking point for a ceasefire or something. No, you can't just sign away all the minerals there. You have to give Russia and the US something. So it's not a done deal. But isn't it fascinating that it was already in the works?
Fascinating. Wow. Gosh. You see, folks, we just read our cards. You never know what's going to happen in the show. Sometimes we don't even know the details about something. And there you go. It just proves it. Oh my God, what a show we're having tonight. All right, so let's see here. This is another one that's come in. And it's this will probably be our last read. So we do another one card pull, and then we've got a bit of an announcement to tell you at the end of the show. So they say, Martina says, hello, HoGaLeSh, and everyone. Dumpy said, Trump, during the State of Union mafia-style monologue, that the US will get Greenland one way or the other. I remember seeing that, and I was just like, oh my God, you are diabolical. Greenland is having a general elections on March 11th, she says.
A few days.
What? Oh my God, that's close to the lunar eclipse. Oh, you can't make this stuff
up.
Close to the Ides of March as well, isn't it? Literally, the eclipse is on the Ides of March, and it's going to be a blood red moon. You can't make this stuff up. Greenland is having general elections on March 11th. What will be the outcome of it? Will Dumpy try to take it by force or manipulation? So let's read on that. Is Dr. Larange going to act on his threats? One card pull. Oh,
God.
Bloody world. Gee whiz. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. There are 3,217 of you with us right now. Thank you so much for the support. It's much appreciated.
3,217 switched on people. That's great.
Indeedy. All right, let's see. All right, after three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at this.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Sheila,
it's not straightforward. You could say that. Look at these cards all together.
Wow.
So, could be a hold up in the outcome of the election. Bear in mind, there's only, I think, a population of 56,000 Greenlanders or something. So it'd be kind of weird for it not to be obvious early. So that could indicate some difficulty processing it. But also, this is my card of the willing sacrifice.
Oh, yes.
So it could be I'm not happy. Not happy. Just say we'll see.
Wow. All right.
Particularly, sorry, just to add, particularly if they vote for independence at this critical moment, could be really awkward. Sorry, Sheila.
Yeah, Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
Can I have a pass or a do-over? Can I have a mulligan? I got the 9 of Pentacles, which is probably board, and that kind of, I mean, if I had to be honest, it's almost like Greenland is like, what do you give me for it? And I don't like it that way, but it's, I don't know what's going on in Greenland. I don't know I don't know the people very much, but there's prosperity and reward. And all right.
Wow. Wow. Lady G, how do you
Lady
interpret
G,
your
what
card?
have you got?
Well, you know, usually this is the card of things being juggled, but in this case, they're up in the air. So I don't think he's really got a hold on it. I think it's a lot of brouhaha with him.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed, fingers
Yes.
crossed. Well, with my card here, well, look, this is obviously Duck Larange. He's just looking at the mineral wealth and resources. He's looking for bang on his buck. As you know, I often refer to this card as the card of ROI, return on investment. I think he sees Greenland as an investment opportunity. He's saying the US needs it for its strategic security and stuff like that. But it's like with the Ukraine as well. With Ukraine, they want the minerals. Greenland, they want the minerals because he wants to enrich and what have you. But I have to echo as well a bit of like what Sheila's saying, because this could also be the Greenlanders as well going, hey, we do have quite a lot of blah, blah, blah. Like, what are you going to do for me? Now, Denmark have made it absolutely clear, and I think the Greenlanders have said, we are not up for sale. But these cards here, these pentacle cards, it belies something else.
Yes.
Maybe there is a price at which some of that stuff will be sold. Because look, Greenland is a gigantic island. There's only 50,000 people on it. You can have half the world on there to the north and still not notice. Do you know what I mean? It is.
Well, I'd like to comment on that.
Please come in.
I think the vulnerability of a very small population, regardless of the landmass, with any Indigenous group. So I married into a big Cook Island family, right? The Cooks are in the middle of the Pacific. China's moved in over the last, they play the long game, over the last 20 years. So when I'd go to the Cooks, they say, the Chinese have just turned up and built this road for us. And I'm going, oh, here we go. Oh, the Chinese have just turned up and built this hospital for us, right? So now the Chinese want to mine off the coral reef, right? Now these people are subsistence islanders. Most of the income comes in remittances from Cook Islanders who live in Australia and New Zealand. They live on the fish from that reef. You can feed a family of 15 with the fish from that reef. If they become toxic, you can't afford to buy anything at the shops. You can't afford it. If your taro crop gets polluted, it's all over for the culture. And my feeling is that Greenland is very safe. It looks huge, but it's a fragile Arctic environment.
Right.
You only have to heat that up a degree or two, and all the traditional hunting practices and everything else are gone forever.
Yeah, we need to have a campaign that we get the message to them that Trump is not going to treat your land with dignity and respect. He will rape and pillage everything that you have. And that's the message we need to get to them the most.
In the next few days.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, again, with very small communities like this, you can persuade, even I'll go as far as to induce half a dozen families.
Yeah.
And that shifts about because people tend to vote along family lines, clan lines, and tribal lines in these communities.
Yeah.
So I'm really nervous.
Especially if you convince the elders, and also as well, when you're a population of millions of people, countries offering, and you know, if you've got wealth and prosperity, countries offering, a few million here, a few million there, it's just like, but like you said, I hadn't really thought of it. I was thinking of the land mass, but not the amount of people. If you are 50,000 people and a powerful government comes along and goes, hey, we're going to do a deal with you and you guys are going to get $100,000 each.
Yeah, and jobs for your young people.
Jobs for you. And it was still, that would still be bum crumbs to, you know, the big nation giving the money. But to those people, that is a lot. We're talking like several generational, huge wealth for that payoff. So I think the cards are saying that Greenland might be a bit more vulnerable than we think to seduction and temptation. My
Yes.
Lord.
But if you look in any Indigenous community anywhere, any Aboriginal community in Australia, where promised the world, they promise full remediation for the mines. It's going to be just like you left it. And it never is. Never is.
Never is. All right, I'm going to say some quick thank yous, and then we've got a little end of show announcement. So I want to say thank you to Foggy, of course. Thank you to
Loyal.
Omel. Thank you so much. Sandy, thank you so much. Christopher, thank you so much. Mila, thank you so much. Oh, I think that's Swedish crown. No, Norwegian. Is that Norwegian crown? I think it might be Norwegian crown.
Wow.
Thank you so much, MJB.
It's great.
Thank you so much, Scarlett. Oh my gosh, look, all these K Honor.
Guys,
oh my goodness. Daniela. Oh, this is stunning, guys. Thank you so much. And then I think we've got another one here. And then someone's also saying, I have 100 subscriptions.
Yes, they're free. Just subscribe.
Free. Just keep going. So we are going to finish with an important bit of news, folks. And it's this is quite an important announcement, and we've discussed this before. So look, HoGaLeSh is continuing. We love the show. We love bringing the show to you. However, as we know, the Great Awakening is almost upon us, and Saturn is soon to change signs. And I always say, when Saturn changes, life changes. And it's been, as you know, I've been doing this show every Saturday. And you can see I'm in my hotel room. I'm going to be up in the small hours of the morning playing the tennis tournament and stuff like that. And as much as I love doing things on Saturday, it has been a huge sacrifice. But also as well, likewise, as we know, soon the clocks will go forward. And for poor Lena, that also fills her intrepid heart with a bit of dread, because it's a challenge getting up Sunday morning to do your job anyway, isn't it? But for Lena,
super early.
Yeah, for Lena, it's going to be 9 a.m. And of course, she can't just roll out of bed. She's obviously got to fling a bit of lippy on or whatever she can find. Yeah. So this is what exactly, the 2 coffees and stuff like that. So we are going to be changing the day of HoGaLeSh, folks. We're going to be changing the day. We're going to be going for midweek Wednesday. Yeah, now we've checked this over with the ladies, Lady G, Sheila. They support that decision, and we really hope that you support us and still come to see us as well. But it's just reached the point now where it has taken quite a lot. My life has changed a lot. I've got different things, scenarios in my life, different areas that I would like to focus on in terms of my weekends. And what I'm thinking is that our last Saturday, so we're not stopping the show, but the last Saturday show, I think it would be appropriate that we do on March 29th. March 29th is the Great Awakening, as I've been saying. Saturn will literally change signs as we are doing the show. Saturn will enter sidereal Pisces, and it will also be the time when my channel will become exactly 5 years old. And I just think
congratulations, Hoagie.
Thank you. Something kind of so poignant about that. So we wanted to give you that news. We hope it's not shocked you just as much as the rest of the show has bloody shocked us today.
No, but it's
Go on,
I'm hoping everyone will actually enjoy it in midweek, because you guys, it puts a dent in your Saturday nights as well. So I think it's going to be stronger and better.
Oh, yes, I certainly hope so. So I hope you guys support that choice that we've made. But when I think it's, my channel's be like 5 years, and I think I've been doing these sort of Saturday shows for what, 3.5, maybe 4 years, something like that. And I think it's time. Saturn's moving. Of course, as you know, I'm an astrologer, and when Saturn moves, there are just certain things that change, isn't it? So so we're still going, but things are going to be a little bit different, just a different day, folks. Lady G,
hide from Saturn.
They're asking the time.
Same time. I think. Yeah, same time, because it fits. I'll go up at same. I mean, you're all right with that, Lena, aren't you? Same time, but we're just
I don't mind in the middle of the week. It's just an early start that day. It's Sunday morning.
I know, and my Saturday night.
Nice.
I'm not going to get to bed till
exactly.
2:30 a.m. and then I'm playing tennis in the morning. So
Yeah.
well, in the tournament.
The perfect time. So what time do you get on, Lady G?
Me? Oh, I'm up early.
No, I mean for this show.
For
What time?
this show.
I'm on at 5 p.m. Mountain.
I'm on at 5 p.m. So her and I.
Oh, it's civilized for you guys.
Yeah, we're perfect.
Yeah.
You're in Colorado, right?
I am.
You're north of me. I'm in New Mexico.
Well, there
you are.
Time slot.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
You're just north.
Gotcha.
Exactly. It goes that way. Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone for continued support of the show. So keep tuning in at this same time. But the last Saturday show is going to be the day of the Great Awakening. And I forgot to say, it's also an eclipse. It's also an eclipse. So why not? It's time.
It'll be a big show.
Yeah, we're going to have to promote that. Come and join us for the Saturn shift and the eclipse. I'm telling you, all of us are going to be on point.
Yeah, that's going to be a special one.
This.
Yeah, it's going to be a special show. So, folks, we're going to totter off, and I've got to get some sleep.
Before we go off, I wanted to clear up something. Somebody was asking if I got these on Amazon. No. I did the artwork and I had them created elsewhere. They're definitely nothing to do with Amazon.
Good on you.
Oh, the talent.
Excellent.
The talent is, there's always a new string to Lady G's bow that I did not know that was there.
Beautiful graphic design.
She's fantastic.
Oh, indeed, vintage. So I love doing this show with you ladies. And of course, we look forward to more shows in the future, just on a different day. And we just wanted to give you that news. You've got time to adjust. It's not, the last one will be March 29th and then Wednesdays midweek thereafter. So
in fact, that show will only be 4 days after or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, indeed. And we'll be in a whole new world by then. So we'll have to see. So folks, we're going to wave our goodbyes and we will see you next week. I think we're the right side of the time change, and then everything, we'll sort it out afterwards. All right. Big love.
Cheers.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
And well over 3,000 of you, 3,250 something.
Brilliant.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.